So I don't know about you guys, but everybody around me has been sick lately, and my wife came down with a little something. I was gonna make her some chicken noodle soup, but Instacart didn't bring me my noodles. So I made this recipe for her and she liked it so much, I decided to do it for YouTube. We're gonna call this creamy chicken and rice soup with smoked turkey. Meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. All right, my friends, first things first, we're gonna go ahead and prep our ingredients. First lesson of the day is this is a mirepoix. If you ever hear that, it's just a fancy French term for onions, carrots, and celery. We're gonna dice them up, leave the root intact on the onion, make some slices in one direction, then we're gonna make some slices in the opposite direction to help with the dice. You can do that twice if you want it real small. And then boom, you got a real simple, guys, very easy way to keep them. Very easy way to get them diced up nice and small. Just repeat that process for all of your onion. And then we're gonna dice up the celery and carrots as well. So next you wanna get a Dutch oven over medium heat. To that we're gonna add about a half stick of butter. Allow that to melt. Make sure you don't throw the paper in there like me. And then we're gonna sweat down that mirepoix, get it nice and tender, add in a couple other flavor components along with the flour to make a roux, which is gonna be a thickening agent for the soup. Just gonna let that butter melt down. So I'm only gonna use about half of the mirepoix, save the other half to add in about, the last 20 minutes or so, because it is gonna get a little bit mushy, the mirepoix that we're putting in early, but it's gonna add tons of flavor. So for texture purposes, we'll add a little bit more towards the end. All right, so when we talk about flavor enhancers, I'm gonna use a little Better Than Bouillon chicken base, gonna elevate the flavor quite a bit, and then this Italian and herb paste, really good stuff. You can use fresh ingredients if you want, dice up your own herbs or use the dried stuff, but that paste meets you right in the middle. Tons of great flavor, especially for something like a soup. So in goes the Better Than Bouillon chicken base and 1 tablespoon of Italian herb paste. That's the last of that. I'm also gonna add just a pinch of red pepper flakes, totally optional, guys. If you don't want to add any spice to the party, you don't have to, but I like a little bit in mine. So that's going in. We're also gonna add a little all-purpose or just a little salt and pepper if that's all you got laying around, or just use whatever your favorite all-purpose seasoning is. Mine's low sodium, so that plays nicely with the Better Than Bouillon product, which is pretty high in sodium. You also want to make sure you're using low sodium chicken broth for this recipe. We're going to mix all that together, and then in goes a few tablespoons of all-purpose flour, again effectively making a roux. We're just going to cook that raw flour taste off for about a minute or so, and then in goes 8 cups of chicken broth. So one of the keys to this recipe that's not at all authentic to typical chicken and rice soup is the use of smoked turkey. Now, I'm not exactly sure what made me want to do this, but I had some smoked turkey in the fridge, and when I make broth and different soups, it just adds tons of flavor, so I thought, why the hell not? We added it, and it's amazing. Do not skip this step if you're making this recipe. Definitely add smoked turkey. We're going to cover this with a lid, allow that to simmer until the turkey gets tender enough to fall off the bone. Creamy chicken noodle. Y'all think she'll still love me if I serve her this instead of this? So for the chicken component of the chicken and rice soup, we're gonna use a rotisserie chicken. Just because it's easy, you can get it from the store for about $6. I got this one from Wegmans. We're gonna break it down, remove all the bone, skin, and cartilage, and then just cut it into bite-sized pieces and add that to the soup. Once the smoked turkey is tender and falling off the bone, we're gonna go ahead and shred it up, add that back to the soup, along with our leftover mirepoix. That way you have a little texture on the veggies. We don't want them to be completely mushy. So a little bit of that, about a half cup or so of mirepoix. And then we're gonna add our chicken that we chopped up, and we're gonna wash 1 cup of rice, add that in, cover with the lid, 15 minutes, you have yourself some soup. All right, so once we get the chicken in there, I got some rinsed off or clean white rice here. We're gonna go ahead and add that in. You can use long grain, short grain, whatever you got in the pantry will do just fine. We're gonna add that along with a half cup of heavy cream. Bring that to a boil, cover with a lid, 15 minutes, the rice should be done, and so will your soup. And hopefully you're cold. You wanna make sure you stir it so that the rice doesn't stick to the bottom. I kind of forgot mine's sticking a little bit, but we'll make it work. Don't tell the wife. Enriched egg noodles, ferrous sulfite, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, vegetable oil, wheat flour, soy protein concentrate, soy protein isolate. Not sure what the difference is there. Got a little flavoring. Chicken fat. Contains bioengineered food ingredients. No artificial colors though. Probably could have used some. Looks kind of bad on that label. This is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is dig in here for a taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right. Definitely need a bite of this after that. This is an abomination. This is probably why they started blessing their food. And shit used to look like this. That's awful. Y'all need to experience that. No, get you a carrot, get the full experience now, chicken. That ain't broth.
I don't see no chicken.
It's in there.
It's cream of chicken.
Nope. Big chunky.
Oh, that's chicken.
Yeah.
I thought that was a carrot.
Both. There you go. Let that coat the palate.
She's gonna leave.
That's bad.
And I'm the ones that get
Bad news bears. That's an awful eating experience.
no way.
People eating that. All right, let's wrap this up. Get this shit out of here. All right. Definitely need a bite of this after that. Man, I'm having nightmares about that. That's how it's done. Chicken and rice soup. We're gonna use a roast. Ugh. That's bad.
And I'm the ones that get
Bad news bears.
it stank though. Here we go.
That's an awful eating experience. Trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. Oh. I was about to do my Instagram joint.